where you get to the end of your life and your replays, and I was like, this is what your life could have been. This is what your life was. Like, this is what you did end up doing, but this is what I had planned out for you. But because you were afraid of what so-and-so thought, you never stepped into this part over here. You never actually acted out on this. Like, this was your potential, essentially. This is what I, had the impact that I had for you to make. But because of fear of man, you stayed over here.
Hey ladies, welcome to the She's Rooted podcast.
We're about to get real unscripted.
So pull up a chair. Let's get to the root of it. What is up, Miss Mo?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh, if we edited this out, that would be really good because I did not like the hello, hello. That just
hello.
Okay, friends. I want to restart this. This is what I want to do. That was not even myself there for a second.
So funny.
Maybe it was today. I don't know. But I am really excited to hop in this podcast with you today. We have such a busy week, a full plate week, both of us. It is graduation week for our kiddos. Like, how the hell are we this old? I don't understand.
I think that we have graduation parties planned a day apart.
Yeah. I mean, would it be anything of like, it's what we do? Like, we're the same human. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to find my picture with my bangs and I'm going to send it to you.
Oh.
My hairstylist, Nikki, she's amazing. She will not cut bangs on me again because like I loved them, but yeah, I just
You loved them, but she didn't?
No, she liked them a lot.
Are you saying that because you don't like my bangs?
No, are you serious? I love your
cut my bangs.
face.
I
complained about them all the time because I couldn't pin them back. Like, I don't know. She comes in, friends, if you're watching the video, she'll come in beautiful bang, and then other times she comes in like slick back, awesome hair bun. I'm like, where the hell did your bangs go? Like, is it a clip in? Like,
no, but they make those. They make
they do
things.
You know what? I'm gonna buy one, and next time we come on a podcast, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm saying my hair. No, but I loved my bangs. They just got in the way of my life.
No, I know.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I feel that, especially in summer. Like summer, I debate a lot. Like, do I want to cut them or do I just want to grow them out because you're like sweating and it's like everything.
Yeah.
But last night I just had one of those moments where I was in a hot debate with myself and I'm like, I'm either cutting them or I am going to grow them out. And I was like, I'm cutting them.
They're cute. And she cuts her own bangs, friends, just so you know.
Yeah.
She's got many talents.
I do the terrible method they tell you not to do, which now I'm looking at them because you're talking about them and I think I need to do like a little bit more, but I do like twist and then cut at an angle and then twist the other way and cut at an angle.
Gosh, I've seen those girls on TikTok videos, and then next thing you know, it's like up to here. I'm like, oh, girl.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I'm shorter though, so
working for you though.
This is a good length this time.
I like it. Well, on that note, I was scrolling it up on Facebook, and you done posted a quote that stopped me in my scroll. And I thought it was very fitting, especially we talked about last time, it's your life, don't rush it, was what you had said. And there was that quote that really just set the tone for the entire talk.
Yeah.
Was that the quote? No.
That was the quote. It's your life, don't rush it. It was the Angie Bellmar quote. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And you posted today, your life isn't your own if you always care what others think. And that is so much truth wrapped up in a small amount of words. So what made you post that today? Like, what were you thinking about?
That one hits me hard because I feel like I am a recovering people pleaser.
Hi.
Hi. I'm in recovery. Yeah, that one hits me hard because I think I did a lot of living and choice making, not realizing I didn't have the awareness yet at the time that I was making choices to please other people, to make other people happy and all that kind of stuff. And then I would end up like living this life and being in this life and be like, what am I doing? This isn't what I really want, you know? Um, and I think it's easy to slip back into. So yeah, I just think I think it's a good little reminder, you know, to that we talked about last podcast about like checking yourself and kind of reassessing and being like, what am I living the life that I really want to live? Or am I doing
Right.
things that matter to me? Am I prioritizing these things? Or am I kind of being like pushed around with the wind as it comes? And I think it's a good little like pause. Like you said, stop your scroll and like pause for a second. Wait a second.
Yep.
Am I so concerned with what other people are thinking that I'm, you know, second guessing or shrinking back or, I don't know, holding back, I guess, right? Or morphing
Right.
to something that's not actually me. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of,
No, I really like that a lot. Over the weekend, I came across something that uh, I think it was on TikTok, and someone was talking about like not showing up in your truth and in what you love and your passions because you're so worried about what other people may say, what they may think, so you don't fully show up how you would if like you know what I mean? So they said in there, if these people that you're so worried about what they have to say or make fun of you, like trolls,
girl.
trolls. If you're so worried about that, ask yourself, are these my troll keeps falling over. Ask yourself, are these people that you have so much stalled intention in your life because of them? Are those the people that would sit front row at your funeral? And I know that is a little dark to kind of talk about, but it roots you so deep into shit. These people are not going to be there front row when it's like my celebration of life. They're not going to be there. They're not going to be in the back row, probably. And we are spending so much of our time stalling because we're so worried what they're going to say or think. But they're not, if you take a step back, like Rachel Hollis talks a lot about, like not allowing the people, oh, what is it? Maybe you could help. I had it and I lost it. Um, don't let the people sitting in the cheap seats of your life have something to say, or it's something about the people that are sitting in the cheap seats of your life.
Yeah.
And I remember when I heard that, and I need to like, maybe the full quote will come to me, but it's something about that. I added on to that, well, the people that are sitting in the cheap seats of your life, they're the ones that decided to sit there. They made that choice, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're waiting on what you want to do because you're worried about other people. I think it fits your quote so perfect. Perfect. Your life isn't your own if you always care what others think.
Yeah, I think for me, I've heard that quote before too, and I've heard the thing about your funeral. I unfortunately feel like there might be people in the front row that of my celebration of life. If I sometimes wonder if anybody's gonna come, but then I'm like, you know what? If there are people that are coming, I feel like even some of the people that I do care about what they think and like I do let them like pull me back a little bit will probably be in the front row, just because of how deep of like a people pleaser I am. It's not them, it's me. I know it's me because all of life comes back to our decisions and our choices and us setting boundaries and us acting out on what matters to us and being intentional and leading our days. We're all given, you know, 24 hours in a day and it's up to us on how we're going to steward it. For me, and I'm curious for you, apart from like the quote, in your own life, what is it that motivates you or drives you? Because for me, and I don't know what it is for any of the listeners, or maybe this is your first time hearing this. Um, I think we talked about this on a podcast. I know we talked about it between you and I think it was on a podcast, but it brings me back more to the place of when you are, at the end of your life and your life is over. For those of you that believe that there's God or heaven or whatever, like that replay of your life where you get to the end of your life and your replays, and I was like, this is what your life could have been. This is what your life was. Like, this is what you did end up doing, but this is what I had planned out for you. But because you were afraid of what so-and-so thought, you never stepped into this part over here. You never actually acted out on this. Like, this was your potential, essentially. This is what I, had the impact that I had for you to make. But because of fear of man, you stayed over here. Right. And you live this life. And I think that is even scarier to me to think about than who's going to be at my funeral or celebration of life. Like, that to me is the thing that I go, oh my gosh, like, make sure you are truly walking in alignment of what you're convicted of, what moves you, what story you have to tell. I always am a big proponent of also that, like, your life isn't your own if you always care what others think. Also, to me, speaks so loudly about your story you walked, the struggles you've been through, the things you've seen, the hurdles you've overcome. Like, we're not for naught unless you allow them to be. They were for a reason, because it allows you to turn around and tell the next person, like, you can too, right? Like, we are all this giant family, and we are all in it together, all in different seasons and all in different places of the journey. But nobody can take your truth away from you. Like, I know what I walked through. I know what I've been through. I know why, the perspective that I have on life moving forward. I know the desires of my heart. I know the feelings that I'm pulled towards. I know the impact I want to make. I know how I feel when I go to bed at night.
Right.
Knowing all of that and being so strong and all of that, I can still get deterred and be like, oh, but what will so-and-so say about me? Or what will this person think if I? So that's what that quote is, like, just that reminder of, like, hey, especially when you're going to take steps that might be different, right? And
of the outcome.
Yeah. And it is true. I did read another quote, and then I'm curious to know, like, what you feel, genuinely yourself, and how because you've built successful businesses, you've stepped out in family, like, you've done things as well that set you apart above average. Like, you have to drown out noise if you're going to do those things, right? Like, you have to learn how to move past people pleasing. But it was something similar to what you said, but was like, those that are too afraid to play, boo the loudest from the seats or something like that. Like, it's easy to boo from the seats, but you're too afraid to play,
Right. Yeah. Someone always has something to say.
Yeah.
And they've never even walked that walk.
Yeah.
But they sure got a lot to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm really glad that you brought that up. Like, end of life, this is what your life could have been. This is what you were called to do. This is what you were made for. But this is what you lived out. And like, you fell short because you were so worried about that person. It does give you the chills. And it made me think about what I also like. I love to try to pour something in, like, I'm motivation, just at the root of my day, so that I can grab something and put it in my back pocket. And when you said that, it made me think of what I just recently heard, that the age that you are right now, like, we're both 42 years old. They said 40 years from now, you would give anything, anything to be the age that you are today. Well, 40 years from now, I'm going to be 82, God willing. And it's like, you would give away everything to be at the spot that you are right now. So why do we take our life, our now, our choices for granted, or for stalling because somebody else might ruffle our feathers or make fun of us? Like, you talk a lot about your quote, like, be beautifully you capitalize those letters, like you live
Mhm.
fully, or live you, how the heck do you
Live you fully, live
live you
you
fully? I'm like, I messed it up, but
yeah.
I've seen it in my head. It just didn't come
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of my mouth the right way. Um, so I definitely feel like you get to an age, and I believe I am at that age right now, where you have to realize, man, life is just lifing. And I remember Matt and I, we've been together since we've been 15 years old. And I remember going to, I believe it was his great grandpa, his funeral. They call him Gramps. I'm pretty sure it was great grandpa. Um, and the pastor was talking about your life is like a roll of toilet paper. I'll never forget it. Like, you are in the bathroom, you put the toilet paper on the roll, and it's like the whole roll is there. But like as you start to use it, it just feels like it goes so much quicker and it's gone.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just, I think you pick up on things throughout life that you'll never forget, and that was definitely one of them. But I feel that now because I'm 42. We're walking through graduation week with our youngest. um Looking back at all these pictures that we're putting together, and man, what is your worth? Is it worth it to not show up fully for your life because you're so worried about what somebody who really doesn't give a shit about you has to say? Or do you show up because, like you asked, what are the things that drive me?
Yeah.
um when I first started in a different path, uh before that I was a stay-at-home mom, very blessed to be. And I had both Kirsten and Talon when I was 23 years old. They're not twins. They're 11 and a half months apart. It's crazy. Um, but at that point in my life, I was over 200 pounds,
Mhm.
couldn't lose the weight, stay-at-home mom. So my best friends were Kirsten, Talon, Mickey Mouse. My social hour was walking through Target. Um, we started our family so young compared to all of our friends. And so we were in a different like season. You know, a lot of people are out having fun, going to the bars. You know, I'm here making bottles and doing that. And Matt had this, you know, starting his career, and like being a stay-at-home mom was everything to me. But there was always something that seemed to be like I felt like I was called to do more than, and I don't want to say just being a stay-at-home mom, but my reasoning for that is because I've always wanted to have Matt be like, damn, that's my wife. Like, and I wanted my kids to be like, yep, that's my freaking mom. And like, it just, I really wanted that in my life. And when I wanted it, I had no confidence. You know what I mean? I didn't speak very well to myself. I wasn't surrounded in an environment that helped grow my mindset. And when you're the only one that talks to yourself,
Mhm.
because you're always listening and what you're saying isn't very good,
Mhm.
it doesn't have that self script. It doesn't help the situation. So what drives me is I always want to leave a room better than I found it, especially the rooms in my four walls for Matt and my kids. Like,
Mhm.
I think that we have a lot of responsibility as parents to help shape the mindset and confidence and just character and core traits,
Mhm.
traditions for our kids so that they can grab a hold of that foundation and make it stronger in the seasons of life that they get to walk while we get to be in like the bleachers of their life cheering them on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what really drives me. Like,
Right.
we ain't getting any younger, girl.
I
Got to
know.
do it now.
I know. I
But
know.
yeah,
And
that's
it's
with it.
crazy. Like how many times, if we're honest with ourselves, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. And I mean, look at me however you want. I know that I am so far from perfect. And I am human and flawed and a sinner. So I'll be honest. There are people that I've watched and totally judged online and been like, huh, and like said something shitty to my, said something bad to myself.
I've dropped a couple bad words. It's okay.
I
You're
don't know.
like, I'm a
I don't know
sinner.
if people listen to this like in their car with their kids.
Oh, sorry.
But obviously this is like something that's hitting me hard as we're talking. It's something that I've worked on, like stop judging other people, because number one, you don't know like where they're at in their walk. It's not my place to judge and all that. And for the most part, I don't find myself as a super judgmental person. But what I'm trying to get at is how many times have I like judged somebody and it hasn't stopped them? Like they're still killing it, or they're still doing whatever they're doing, and they're like living their life, and I'm over here like, oh wow, blah, blah, blah. Well, so why are we like letting other people, the idea or the assumption of what somebody's thinking, stop us?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I said, you're not getting any younger, and I think the other part of life is like to give out what you want to get back in return. And so to love more, to be less judgmental, to walk by faith and to walk by your own conviction and to walk by how you want to go to bed at night. And then that I always tell my classes, when you go all out in class, like when a woman next to you, Jamie, tell me this isn't true, and the girl next to you is like letting loose, whether she is the best dancer in the room or she just started, but she's got the place in her mind and in her heart that she's given herself permission to just go. Like just let everything that she is out and have fun and play and dance. You cannot tell me that you don't look over and you're like, yes, girl, and I'm going to join you. Like if you're doing it, I'm going to do it too. And I think that that's how
it's contagious.
We raise levels in rooms, right? And raise levels in friendships. And you go, you know what, sister? Like, yes, do you walk in your conviction, walk what's right, and like instead of judging you for it because mine's a little different, I'm just going to cheer you on for it and keep doing me, right? Like you do you, I'll do me, and we'll all be happy.
Yeah. No, I love that. Raise levels in rooms. That
Right?
you need to put that in a t-shirt.
Good.
It's
So we
so
raise
good.
the vibe.
It's so true.
Raise the vibe.
No, so true. I honestly, Monique, I think, I'll be transparent. I definitely raise an eyebrow to a lot of things that I see. And you could put that in the bucket of being judgmental towards others. But my eyebrow that goes up is towards like not like when I see things that are not authentic,
Yes.
when it is fake,
Yes.
when it is BS, like that irks me so much. And like I will own that. I will judge you left and right if you are a fake person. Like I just can't walk with that. Like my integrity in life, like you're on the wrong side of the line. Like I can't do it. So I like truth be truth. Like
All right.
that's my little judgmental bucket. And you know what? I feel like I'm gonna hold on to it. Like
All right.
so I mean, you do you if it ain't you, like just know there are people that can see it.
I know that. I know. I'm with
And
you.
it's like, oh, it's like that Andy Andrews, like be a noticer.
Love him.
Sometimes. So I just posted an Andy Andrews quote in my
Best.
stories. Yeah, it's so good.
He's the best. We gotta get back to book club and get into some.
Yeah, we should. We should get back into a book club. I love reading. Like
Yeah.
who this? I don't know. Um, but I will tell you a a big moment in my life when I realized that all those things that I hoped and wished for, that Matt has always felt that way. It's one thing to know that like your husband is like your biggest supporter and all that, like, but to feel it for yourself because you're constantly telling yourself otherwise, you
Mhm.
know? I remember we were out in Texas and we had a big event and we had a lot of our team there, and there were just some people that we're really trying to pull at some mindset and some business conversation. and we're sitting in a restaurant and I am just being myself and I am just lifting them up. I'm raising the level in the room, right?
Mhm.
And I remember leaving. That was one of the first events, business events that I went to where Matt, he was with me. So he's sitting at the table and he's listening to me just really just speak to that group of people. And when we left the restaurant, we were walking out and it was in Fort Worth, Texas, and he grabs my arm and he pulls me back. And like he just like looked at me and he's like, "You are so amazing." And I just need you. And I'm like, "It happened." Like it's always been there, but like I don't know. Like I think that for me, like I want to make a big difference and um I want to make the people in my life that I love the most like so proud of that,
Mhm.
And then with my kids, at another business event and they were allowed to come. It's the first time they ever seen me out of mom mode and out of business mode in the house. And I was speaking on stage, I was doing a business training, and to like come back to my phone and see like my kids giving me shout outs on their social media, like this is my mom. I'm like, like, I don't know.
Mhm.
So for me, I just that just I don't know, it makes me happy that I've created that and I just want to keep doing that and keep showing up and never forgetting those moments because if you have the moments that drive you like unapologetically in what you feel you're called to do, then you just have to hold on to that because you'll forget those things when like the noise comes in and like so when you hold on to that and you remember like who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you're striving for, what's important to you, and you just own your own voice in it, just frickin' go.
Right. Yes. It's that speaking from the heart. And I think that right now in the world, now it's not just like, what are people going to think? But like everybody's so obsessed with chat, which is fine. Like chat is helpful. But like revising everything that their heart is writing or
Yeah.
saying or doing or wanting to post, and like everything is getting edited through this
Yeah.
computer, and
Oh,
it's taking away from that true heart to heart connection and just like me trying to communicate with you as
right.
my heart to your heart, my soul to your soul. And I think that even if that impacts one person,
Yeah.
then that is
It's worth it.
yeah, then it's worth it, you know. But if you filter it and you edit it and you could like, I think that's the funniest, like, isn't it ironic, don't you know?
Oh,
Like when
Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
do you know when, like, have you ever had it where you like really work on a post, you really are going all in, you're like chat and you got filters and you got edits and you got all the things, you're like, okay, the internets are telling me this is it, like this is going to impact so many people, and you get like 4 likes, and then you go the next day and you just are like, forget it, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna talking head it into the thing because I'm just gonna talk from my heart and go. And then your inbox is flooded with messages like, thank you so much for saying that, thank you for sharing that, oh my god, and everyone's talking to you there, and it's like, what the heck, all the time and work I put into like do it this way.
I say, yeah.
Yeah, and because why? Out of fear, right? Like fear that if I don't edit it, if I don't do this, if I don't make it pretty, if I don't make it, accurate, then it won't hit, it won't impact. And it's like when you let go of fear and you
Yeah.
let go of what others think, and you just go, hey, this is me, I'm here, like, here we go.
Yeah.
That's the connection. That's the place that it hits. So I think, like, as we wind it down, because I don't want to ramble too long and I've already dropped a naughty word, like, if you're still listening, I think that's my encouragement to you today, wherever the day has found you, whether it's the beginning of the day, the end of the day, whatever, you still have a little bit of time left before you're going to shut down your day. Like, be intentional and walk out your day as fully yourself. Like, just make the choices that align with you. Say the things that are truly on your heart. Make the phone call, even if you're like, oh my gosh, this person's going to think I'm dumb that I'm calling to tell them this. Send the text message, send the song. You know, I'm a song sender. Like, if it relates to somebody or I think of someone, send the song, whatever it is. Like, do the thing today while you have the time to do the thing, because we're not promised tomorrow. And by do the thing, I mean, like, show up as yourself, fully yourself. Just try it and see what happens. I really, truly, genuinely believe you will be blessed for it, because I know you are fearfully and wonderfully made on purpose for a purpose. And when you are trying to walk out life under the umbrella of somebody else's interpretation or under the umbrella of somebody else's ideals, then you are not walking out that fearfully, perfectly made version of yourself. And that is what the world needs, is your little piece to the puzzle of you showing up fully as you.
Yeah. And that's the most beautiful part about the whole thing, is that there is not one other person in the world that can show up in the way that your mind wants you to show up in that now. And do it messy.
Mm-hmm.
Do it you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's so freaking good, Mo. Like, I
You're
got the
so
chills
good.
about it.
So good.
Your life isn't your own if you always care what others think.
Yep.
Oh, so freaking good.
That's true. It's true.
It is. It is true. Well, you just mic dropped it. I'm excited to hop back in here next week. I wonder what we're going to talk about.
I
It's
know.
always fun.
Maybe
I
we
these
should
calls feeling so just like lifted up in my day. I appreciate the perspective and the heart that you choose to like pause your day to do something like this, because not only does it lift up my day, my life, my mindset, like I'm really just got so much gratitude for being able to put this on a podcast and hopefully leave at least one person better than we found them today. And at the end of the day, that is what it is all worth. So if something that we said today resonated with you, like, put it in that back pocket. But if you have a calling on your heart that somebody needed to hear something that was said, I'm going to encourage you to share this out. Like, that's the whole point about what we're doing, is just get that good word, good perspective, that authenticity out. And I honestly believe, Monique, that is what people are craving the most, is just the raw, real, authentic truth, not the overdone, fake ChatGPT only, like, stop second guessing yourself. Like, just be yourself.
Amen.
A frickin' man. Well, on that, you have a beautiful day.
You too.
Thanks, love. Thanks.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Until then, stay rooted, right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies, we hope that landed. If it did, drop a comment, share it up, and you know what? We'll see you next week. Until then, stay rooted, sister.